Superintendent of the most amazing school district in the state of California. And we are so happy to be here with you tonight to celebrate the great accomplishments of our students. So I wanted to welcome you and just let you know how much we are missing you. And we want to thank you so much for everything that you're doing to support your kids at home. So we will just jump right into this ceremony. I wanted to thank a few of our business partners in our community for continuing to support our students. And students, you will be receiving in the mail a packet of goodies from these businesses, as well as some other certificates. So I wanted to take just a minute to acknowledge our amazing businesses. Applebee's of Ukiah, Community First Credit Union, Paradise Skate in Lakeport. We will be able to skate again someday. Savings Bank of Mendocino County, Shots Bakery, Slam Dunk Pizza, Slush by the Park, Stars Restaurant, State Assembly Member Jim Wood, State Farm Insurance, Ukiah Daily Journal, and the Ukiah Symphony Association. And again, a huge shout out to those businesses. Thank you so much for all you do to support the kids in our community. And with that, we're going to get started with Calpella Elementary School Principal Tina Burrell.
Hi, I'm Tina Burrell, the principal at Calpella Elementary School, and I'm very proud to be here representing Calpella. Calpella is a TK through fourth grade school, so fourth grade is the first time that a student can get Student of the Month. So I'm going to congratulate a couple students from Mrs. Murray's fourth grade class tonight. The first student is Skylar Groff. Skylar makes her teacher smile every day. She has the most delightful sense of humor. She is kind to her peers and her teacher and is always helpful. She has a curious nature, which makes her an outstanding student. She completes her work with excellence while continuing to pursue her other interests. Skylar's a wonderful writer with a rich imagination and a passion that makes her writing shine. During our distance learning, she has been conscientious about turning in all her assignments. She is a constant, positive contributor to the conversations on Google Classroom, as well as to the Flipgrid post. Mrs. Murray feels very fortunate to have Skylar in her class this year. Congratulations, Skylar. And the next person I'd like to talk about is Johnny Van Hoy. Johnny is a very good student. He has been such a pleasure to have in class. He has always been a valuable contributor to classroom conversations, making them good-natured and very entertaining. He has very natural critical thinking skills that allow him to persevere in problem solving, which will be increasingly beneficial to him as he progresses in his education. He has been a dedicated learner during our distance learning and has consistently turned in assignments and contributed to their class. Congratulations to Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Burrell. And next up, we have Dara Brown from Zeek Elementary School. Mrs. Burrell?
Yeah.
Would you like to share your screen real quick with
Sure.
the viewers? That would be so awesome.
I'd be happy to share my screen. I'm sorry, I forgot since I'm the first one.
No worries, and I didn't want to interrupt you. So.
I saw you text, but.
Yes, that's okay. Awesome.
So I'll start with, well, darn it. There's a nice picture of Skylar Groff.
Awesome.
I spoke about at the beginning. And there's Johnny Van Hoy. So looking forward to them, Mr. Stearns at Eagle Peak.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi. Well, I'm Dara Brown. I'm the principal at Zeek Elementary School, and I'm here to share with you tonight to talk to you about some amazing students. So at Zeek, we are PERS Tigers, peaceful, respectful, responsible, and safe. And you won't find more wonderful examples of that than the kids that we are celebrating tonight. So I'd like to announce a fourth grader, Olivia Knight, from Mr. Bradford's class. Olivia is a very sweet girl who is both playful and serious. And that isn't something that's very easy to do. She has great balance in her life. She is well liked by everyone. And she has a unique quality of not letting things get to her that would upset most students. She puts a lot of effort into her work and has been fantastic about getting all of her remote learning done ahead of schedule and done well. Congratulations, Olivia. We're very proud of you. Our next student of the month is fourth grader Grossi McKinsey from Mr. Martin's class. McKinsey has always been a polite, hardworking young lady in class, but during remote learning, she has become one of the hardest working kids in the whole class. He is very proud of the way McKinsey kept on succeeding and pushing herself during these very difficult times. Congratulations, McKinsey. We're very proud of you. And fourth grader Maggie McNerlin from Mrs. Mora's class. Maggie has thrived in remote learning. She has been an academic superstar, nearly every day completing every single one of her assignments. Her positive attitude brings a shine to the classroom and the school that is contagious. She is always willing to contribute helpful suggestions and to support and help her classmates. Congratulations, Maggie. We are very proud of you. And fifth grader Aubrey Sanchez from Mr. Smith's class. Aubrey is an amazing young girl and a wonderful academic. She has been working particularly hard during remote learning, meeting all of her deadlines on her assignments and pushing herself to do her best. She has kept up with her reading goal. He is very proud to have her as a student in his classroom. He says, "Keep up the good work, Aubrey." Congratulations. We're very proud of you. And fifth grader Melanie Gutierrez Gomez from Mr. Va's class. Melanie has worked hard all year, whether in the classroom or during remote learning. With remote learning, she has managed to complete every single assignment and at the highest level. Melanie participates in online discussions, and she offers encouragement and support to her classmates, both in remote learning and in the classroom. Melanie possesses all the characteristics of a Frank Zeek tiger, and we are fortunate to have her. Congratulations, Melanie. We're very proud of you. And last but not least, and representing the guys tonight from sixth grade, Mrs. Scriven's class, Robert Mata. Robert is an exceptional candidate for Student of the Month. During remote learning, he has shined academically. He is responsible and reliable. He arrives at online meetings and tutoring groups on time and ready to work. In addition to doing the regular classwork, he has pushed himself very hard in his reading skills. He wants to be the best reader he can be. He is encouraging to others and is willing to help others. We're very proud of you, Robert. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brown. And we are headed to Grace Hudson with our principal, Ms. Blanco.
All right, let me share this here. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Cara Blanco, and I'm the principal over at Grace Hudson Language Academy, and I'm super excited to introduce you to some of our amazing students at Grace Hudson. First, we have Senor Miguel Gonzalez Diaz. Miguelito is what we call him. He's a fourth grade student in Maestro Keller's class. Maestro Keller shares that Miguel is kind to everyone. He's worked very hard and been really responsible about remote learning. He always has a smile and a sense of humor to share, as you can see from the picture. At school, Miguel enjoys being at recess with his friends and playing on the swings. At home, he rides his bike and plays with his younger sister, Jareli. When Miguel grows up, he wants to be a chef or a singer, and he thinks the best thing about Grace Hudson is that we get to see each other and play with each other. And hopefully that'll be coming true very soon. Next, we have fourth grader Atenea Rico. She's a fourth grade student in Maestro Keller's class. Maestro Keller shares Atenea has taken remote learning very seriously. She has become a math superstar this school year. She always does her best and is patient with herself and loves to help others. At school, Atenea enjoys math and going to the library to read books with her friends. At home, she likes to bake with her grandma. Her specialty is a chocolate Butterfinger cake. She loves to play with her brother Aiden and her new dog Jack. When she grows up, she wants to be a baker or pastry chef or a singer. Atenea thinks the best things about Grace Hudson are that we have 3 expectations, which are to be safe, be respectful, and be responsible, which are important. And it helps her feel safe at school. And she loves that we're a bilingual school. We're very proud of Atenea. Felicidades. Next, we have 5th grader Ruby Alvarez. Here she is. You can see there's a picture of her last year as a 4th grade student of the month, so it's become a tradition. She is in Maestro Farrell's class. Maestro Farrell shares that Ruby has excelled at being a remote learner. She is at every meeting, does all her work, and has become responsible for her own learning. She has really begun to shine. She is kind to her classmates and gives them encouragement. She is a supportive student to everyone. At school, Ruby enjoys science, recess, art, and being around her friends. At home, she likes cooking with her mom, riding on the tractor around her property with her dad, playing on the trampoline with her siblings, taking care of and playing with her baby sister, and going on walks with her family. When Ruby grows up, she wants to be a professional chef and own her own Italian restaurant. Ruby thinks the best things about Grace Hudson are that we're a bilingual school and that everybody cares about each other. We're very proud of Ruby. Felicidades. Finally, we have 5th grader Angela Garcia. She's also in Maestro Farrell's class. Maestro Farrell shares that Angela is a rock star when it comes to classwork. She is always working hard and asking questions when she needs help. She is shy, and so remote learning has really become her thing. She turns in all her work, comes to all the meetings, and helps out her classmates. She is amazing. At school, Angela enjoys math, reading, and drawing. Outside of school, she likes to go outside and play with her little brothers, play Mario Party, sleeping in, and creating art. Angela isn't sure what she wants to be when she grows up, but I'm sure she will make a difference in this world. Angela thinks the best things about Grace Hudson are that we have an interesting mascot, which is the hawk. The students are really nice, and we have great teachers. We are so proud of Angela. Felicidades.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mikesell. And we are headed next. Sorry, Blanco, I'm trying to make that change. We are headed next to Nokomis with Principal Rawls.
Well, good evening. I'm Tom Rawls, principal in Nokomis Elementary. We are a TK5 school. We concentrate on being ready, responsible, and respectful. I'm bringing you 4 wonderful students. The first student that I would like to introduce is Laura Lopez, a 5th grade student from Mr. Delgado's room. She says that one of the reasons she became student of the month is that she's very responsible. I think you might see a theme with these 4 students. Mrs. Armstrong, I made a mistake here. It is actually Mrs. Armstrong's student. So Mrs. Armstrong writes that Laura warms the heart of everyone around her. She exudes happiness and welcomes everyone. Her kind soul feels like sunshine as she enters the room, in her Zoom meetings or calls Mrs. Armstrong. Laura is performing well in every academic area. She exemplifies a courageous person as she does the right thing, even when doing the right thing seemed impossible. Laura is an amazing student and person. Due to the remote learning situation, Laura calls Mrs. Armstrong almost daily to ask her about her assignments. When Mrs. Armstrong sees her calling, she feels instant happiness because she knows she's going to be respectful and attentive to details about her online work. Mrs. Armstrong says her scores have increased dramatically as the year progresses. She knows that she's working very hard at home every day. She can't wait to see how far she's progressed this school year when next year's school year starts. This student will have a special place in Mrs. Armstrong's heart forever. Laura Lopez. The next student I would like to introduce you is Catherine Valente from Mr. Bauer's room. She also says the reason she thinks she was student of the month is because she's been responsible. Mr. Bauer pins that Catherine is really an awesome student. It has been a pleasure watching her grow academically. Mr. Bowers has faith Catherine will overcome great hurdles in life if she stays determined and continues to work hard. Mr. Bowers is impressed with how well Catherine has handled distance learning, staying productive, and growing academically in these difficult times. Mr. Bauer is truly grateful to have taught Catherine this year. Catherine Valente. This would be Mr. Delgado's student, Sarah Franklin. And she also says that being responsible is very important. Hopefully we're seeing a theme here. Mr. Delgado proclaims that Sarah has been a hardworking student throughout the school year. She has worked well with others and helps those that need help. She collaborates with her classmates and gets along well with everyone, whether in the classroom, playground, or the cafeteria. Sarah has a calm and positive attitude and never gets in trouble at school. She is very diligent, hardworking, and accepts any tasks assigned to her. Although at times she is quiet and keeps to herself, Mr. Delgado says she can be a team leader and will take the lead role when the situation requires it. She's well deserving of Student of the Month award. Congratulations, Sarah. The next student I would like to present to you is Aaron Gonzalez from Mrs. Sweet's room. He also picked responsible for the reason that he became Student of the Month. Mrs. Sweet states that Aaron is a very sweet, hardworking, and goofy student. He is a good friend to those around him and enjoys silly moments with his friends. During remote learning, Aaron is one of the first to post videos on Flipgrid. He came to almost all of our class meetings. He shares and asks good questions. He is a good team member, and he always works hard in a group. Mrs. Sweet is sad not to be able to see Aaron in action at the end of this school year. She wishes him all the best next year in his new adventures at middle school. So those are the 4 students of the month from Nokomis, called by many the greatest school in the universe.
Thank you, Mr. Rawls. And up next we have Mr. Francis from Oak Manor.
All right, good evening. I'm Chris Francis. I'm the principal of Oak Manor School, and I'm very proud to present the Oak Manor Students of the Month. And first off, the entire school community would like to say congratulations, and we miss you very much to the Students of the Month and everybody else that's out there. Our first Student of the Month is Edgar Gonzalez. He's a 4th grader from Mr. Ely's class. And Mr. Ely writes, Edgar has demonstrated exceptional responsibility and perseverance in staying on top of his remote learning. He demonstrates consistent effort and is not afraid to take chances or ask questions. When I asked him what he thought, why he thought he was chosen Student of the Month, he thought it was because he was responsible and that he's not afraid to ask questions. He also has been attending all of his online meetings. Some of his favorite things about school are learning and his teachers. Math and science are his favorite subjects, especially when he has the opportunity to conduct experiments. When we talked a little bit about what he'd like to do when he gets older, he is really motivated to become a mechanical engineer to be a lot like his dad. During this remote learning time, we also talked a little bit about what he's been doing to pass the time being inside. And what he's doing is he's doing a lot of reading to fill his time pretty much every minute that he has. Edgar would like to thank his sister because she helps him to stay calm and complete all of his work. Congratulations, Edgar. Our next Student of the Month is Logan Henry Howe in grade 4 from Miss Davenport's class. Miss Davenport writes that Logan is a disciplined student that always follows the Oak Manor way. His most wonderful attribute is that he brings to the class is his level of thoughtfulness to his teacher, his friends, and himself. When I first asked him why he thought he was chosen Student of the Month, he didn't really have an answer. So we had to talk to him a couple of times. And he said, that he works hard in class and that he's also very kind to people and he's a good friend. He had mentioned that he likes his friends and teachers the most at Oak Manor School. And we asked him what his favorite subject was. Initially, he said recess, But he determined that science was his favorite because he enjoys exploring and being curious about all things. We talked a little bit about what he wanted to do when he got older. He said he would like to eventually go to college. We asked a little bit about what he's been doing during this shelter in place time. And he had said he's been doing a lot of playing outside, but also helping his mom a lot because he had a brand new baby sister that was born during this shelter in place. Logan would like to acknowledge his mom and dad as they are always there to help him. Congratulations, Logan. Our next student of the month is Raul Arteaga, grade 4 of Mr. Eifert's class. Mr. Eifert writes that Raul is a conscientious, hardworking student. He is taking his remote learning very seriously, and more importantly, he is kind and respectful to all. When I asked Raul why he was chosen student of the month, he thought it was because he is a hard worker, he helps people, and he follows all the school rules. The best things he likes about Oak Manor School is that he gets to play with his friends and he gets an opportunity to learn. He really enjoys math, especially multiplication. I asked him a little bit what he wanted to do as he gets older. He had mentioned that he wants to be a gamer and work with video game creation. During this time in shelter in place, he has really enjoyed being able to spend more time with his mom. That was a really special thing for him and a good positive spin to what's going on. So it's no surprise that he would really like to thank his mom and his teacher for helping him become student of the month. Our next student of the month is Jalen Jacobs. She's in grade 5 from Mr. Burns' class. Mr. Burns writes that Jalen is an exceptionally responsible student. She is attentive to detail, completes all assignments, and always has a bright and chipper attitude. He is proud of her efforts to improve and achieve. Jalen believes that she was chosen student of the month because she does all of her assignments well and on time. Her favorite things about Oak Manor are her teacher and seeing her friends. Her favorite subject was math, and specifically she talked about the assignments that they have to get done each week, and particularly division and fractions right now. She would like to grow up and become a veterinarian because she has a love of animals. And then I asked a little bit about what she liked to do in her free time to get through the shelter in place. And she had said that she has found the trampoline to be a great diversion during remote learning. So she would like to take this opportunity to thank her teacher and her mom because they are always there to help her. Congratulations, Jalen. Our next student of the month is Jake Massey. Jake has been, Jake's teacher, Mr. Schultz, writes that Jake has been doing a stellar job staying on top of his work during the pandemic shutdown. He continues to impress me with his creative energy and independent nature. I'm proud of the work he's done over the last month. When we were talking to Jake and asked him why he thought he was chosen student of the month, he said, I'm the type of guy that wants to get all his work done right away and not wait till the last minute. He enjoys having to be able to manage his time well. I asked him what some of his favorite things about Oak Manor were. He responded that his teacher and his friends. His favorite subject is math, especially long division and double-digit multiplication. He went on to tell me that his family has a history of mathematicians. I asked him what he'd like to do when he gets older. He said he'd like to become a professional flipper and a YouTuber. I asked a little bit more about what that was, and he said, well, it's a lot like free running and parkour. And then I looked at the picture that he sent, which is up here, and he's hanging off the side of a tree. So that really, he's been practicing that a lot. Jake went on to mention what he's been doing during this time. He says he's putting his trampoline to use and practicing flipping, playing online games with friends, and he enjoys the remote learning because it really is working for him. Jake would like to acknowledge his stepmom, Lindsay, because she has pushed him to be a better student, and he would not have been able to do it without her. Congratulations, Jake. Our next student of the month is our 6th grader, Luz Clarita Jacinto from Ms. Hewlin's class. Ms. Hewlin writes that Luz has been working so hard during remote learning. She has attended every class meeting, done all of her assignments and the packets, and completed all the online assignments also. She has asked for help as she's needed to complete assignments. She's been a real star in the class. When I asked her why she thinks she had been chosen student of the month, she had said because she thought she had been doing all of her homework and her assignments. I asked her what she missed most about Oak Manor School. She said playing with her friends and her teachers. When I asked her what her favorite subject was, she indicated that it was art. And when we talked a little bit more about the art, she had said, no, I really like painting flowers and we like painting in any medium. And she also wanted us to share one of her paintings for her Student of the Month slide here. So when she asked what she would like to be when she grows up, she said she would like to be a nurse. And the way she spends her time is obviously painting and completing her work. And she would really like to thank her teacher and her parents because they are always there to help her with her work. So that concludes the Oak Manor Students of the Month.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Francis. And we are now going to hear from Principal Dana Milani from Yokayo Elementary School.
I just love listening to all the stories about kids. It's so hard. I miss them so much. So it's always nice to hear the stories. Good evening. I'm Dana Milani. I'm the principal of Yokayo Elementary School. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to tell you about 6 of our amazing students. These students exemplify what it means to be students of character. Trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship are the 6 pillars of character that we teach. Not only do they possess these traits, but they are also dedicated, active learners who contribute a great deal to their classroom, whether it be in school or remotely. These Yokayo students embody all these attributes, and I couldn't be more proud of them. The first one is a 4th grader, Chloe Sanchez from Mrs. Tina Harrow's class. And Mrs. Tina Harrow says that Chloe is a wonderful student in the classroom, whether it's within our 4 walls at school or virtually. She is an animal lover, especially sloths. When she grows up, she wants to be a caretaker of sloths. And she also wants to go visit Costa Rica to spend time with these animals in their environment. Chloe is an amazing friend to everyone in class. She is very caring towards all of the other students. She has improved and matured so much since the beginning of the school year. She always does all of her work to the best of her ability, always submits her assignments on time, and is very attentive. I love having Chloe in my class, and we miss you. Congratulations, Chloe. Next up is Isaiah Garcia. He's also a 4th grader from Mrs. Tina Harrow's class. Isaiah is a very happy and hardworking student, and that smile says it all. It's always on his face. He's always smiling, and it's very contagious. He is funny and is a great friend to everyone. Isaiah never complains about anything. He puts a smile on his face and gets things done. He has all the qualities of a terrific student. He is trustworthy, respectful, responsible, always practices fairness, is caring, and shows great citizenship. He is diligent in his work habits and is always trying to do his very best. Isaiah loves playing outside with his friends as well as playing video games. He is truly a joy to have in class. Congratulations, Isaiah, you're missed. Antonio Landeros, he's a 5th grader in Miss Furlong and Mrs. Bagley's class. Antonio is an amazing young man. He is an excellent reader, wonderful at problem solving, and enjoys helping any student who needs help in the classroom. Antonio is very artistic. In Antonio's spare time, he enjoys drawing Japanese comic art from books he has read. Antonio is the type of person who makes the world a better place just by being in it. He is a model student and a true student of character. We miss you, Antonio. Congratulations. Isabella Mowry. She's a 5th grader in Miss Furlong and Mrs. Bagley's class. Bella came to us this year. It's her 1st year with us, but I've known her for quite a while. She's a great girl. Bella is an amazing student and young lady. Bella leads Zoom class meetings and follows Robert's Rules of Order, which Mr. Rawls will definitely appreciate, to do so twice a week with ease. She keeps the students on task during our meetings and always shows school spirit. I am impressed with her leadership skills. Bella is a dedicated student who tries her best in every subject. She is caring and thoughtful, and I am grateful to have been her teacher this year. We miss you, Bella. Congratulations. Next up is Natalie Vargas. She's a 6th grader from Mr. Farinato's class. Mr. Farinato says that Natalie has been extremely diligent during remote learning. She has been in constant contact with me, asking questions whenever she needs help, as well as helping other students when we meet in the video chat. She has been responsible and respectful in our remote classroom and has been an example of good citizenship and hard work. She should be very proud of how well she has done. We miss you, Natalie. Congratulations. And last is Micah Fox. He's a 6th grader from Mr. Farinato's class. I cannot be more impressed with this boy. He's done a wonderful job at remote learning. Some kids excel at different things. He's done a great job and I'm really proud of him. Micah has been working every single day since we began remote learning. He has met me on Google Meet every morning and asked for help with his work. He has also kept an extremely positive attitude that has had a positive effect on every other student he interacts with. Remote learning has shown how when given a different environment, Micah can rise to the occasion to be a student of character. He should be proud of what he's accomplished. It has been wonderful to watch him grow and become more responsible for his learning. It has been wonderful to watch Micah blossom this year. Congratulations, Micah. We miss you. And those are our Yokayo Roadrunner Students of the Month. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Principal Milani.
Thank
I
you.
too love hearing all the great stories about our kids.
They're wonderful.
Okay, we're headed north to Eagle Peak to hear from Principal Stearns.
Okay, just getting my screen going here. Yes, greetings from Eagle Peak, Redwood Valley, California, beaming to you on YouTube on the World Wide Web. And we'll start out in 5th grade with Cash Kephart, who is described by Mr. Keplinger as being calm, thoughtful, and positive, creative, hardworking, completes his assignments with maximum effort, listens to others respectfully, and adds positive comments to discussions. He's a leader. He shows our core values of kindness, respect, and responsibility. He likes the outdoors. He wants to be on his bike. He loves going on walks. He likes science. Listen to this. His science project examined ways to decompose cigarettes with natural enzymes. Really creative, Cash. He enjoys how supportive Mr. Keplinger is, and Cash is a really good friend, and he gave me this quote about friendship. Cash said, "A good friend is always there for you and makes you laugh." Congratulations, Cash. Hello, parents and grandparents. I know lots of people in the family are watching. Also in 5th grade, Natalia Pedrati. Natalia consistently has a smile on her face, a positive attitude towards school, and while working with her fellow students. She does all of her work with maximum effort and attends all virtual meetings. She's always willing to share and listen during the meetings, and she has the ability to make others happy by talking with her and listening to her. She did an amazing science project, everybody. It was called Yuck Yuck Germs. It was one of the best in our entire school. It was nominated to go to the district science fair and then on to the county level. So Natalie did an amazing science project. She's an aspiring surgeon or doctor. She wants to help people, help heal people. She loves to sing. She loves to dance. She's active in space, likes to read Harry Potter series, and is a really good big sister. And I know that's important to her and her family. Congratulations, Natty. 6th grade, Briley Leonard. Mr. Franklin says that Briley's been amazingly participatory during remote learning, and she participates both academically and on social connection tasks. High quality work and always shows amazing effort. Ms. Fraser says she's so happy to see Briley, in quotes, as we're doing online learning, right? In all of the Google Meets, always positive and asks engaging questions. She's the epitome of our values. In Science with Ms. Shallon, Briley demonstrates her high level of maturity by always taking full advantage of every learning opportunity that is made available to her. And there's more to read, but I got to kind of summarize. Ms. Tangren says Briley's a shining star, always does her best and puts her best foot forward. Briley's attended all of the Google Meets in addition to going the extra mile and getting help in after hours math tutoring. Briley, I've known you for a long time, kiddo. You're a great kid and a great student and super well deserving. Briley Leonard, congratulations. Okay, on to Kate Winter. Miss Alicia says that Kate always is trying to turn an A into an A+, which I think is a great trait. Works hard every day, sets routines for herself. Who does that, right? Routines. Love that, Kate Winter. In Miss Shallon's class, Kate has always demonstrated her willingness to engage with every learning opportunity provided to her. She has a tremendous level of maturity. And I will just say, I got to coach Kate on a weekend basketball tournament. And yes, she's very intelligent, very mature, just a natural leader. And it's great getting to coach you, Kate. And want to echo what Ms. Challen said. Mr. Franklin says you're very hardworking and high achieving. Throughout the entire year, you've made it a point to put your best foot forward. Ms. Tangren says that you take pride in your work and do a great job continuously engaging in class discussions. Kate Winter is a winner. Congratulations, Kate. All right, moving on to 7th grade. Miss Claudia Cazares, and Miss Kohler says Claudia has such a bright personality, comes to class with a positive attitude, and in remote learning is doing very well. Miss Mello echoes that, says you're hardworking, dedicated, fun, funny. Your personality, Claudia, is really shining through on remote learning, which is cool. Look what Miss Merritt says. Oh my, Claudia is an awesome student. I think that's a great compliment. And then Miss Matthews had an interesting one where she says, you know a student is truly fantastic when you have to sort through all the students' positive actions and characteristics and choose just a few. So that's a great tribute as well, Claudia. And Miss Matthews says that she's jealous of your next year's teachers who get to have you. So again, Claudia, congratulations on Student of the Month. In 7th grade, Raina Mendoza Rice, Miss Kohler says that you've been excelling in her pre-algebra class. You're calm, you're collected, she says, which adds to the classroom community. You attend virtual classroom. Miss Mello says you're amazingly kind and talented. You've done very well also with remote learning. Seems to be a theme with all of these students this evening. Miss Merritt says you're fantastic. Not only are you kind and hardworking, but considerate to others and listens to her fellow classmates. And then Miss Matthews says Raina is a wonderful person, friend, and student, participates in honors English, always bringing focus and a willingness to learn with her assignments, and makes others feel good. What more can you ask for? Okay, Raina Mendoza Rice. On to 8th grade. Faith Breen, we're gonna miss you next year at the high school. And I will just say in general, Faith is one of the nicest and kindest citizens we've ever had at the school, truly. Miss Nelson says that Faith, you've been on the top of your studies every single day during remote learning, hardworking and diligent. Here's a really good one. Miss Nelson says, you stepped up morally and responsibly in the past for the benefit of others because you were one of the first to invite a new student into your friendship group who had trouble fitting in. So Faith, I mean, it doesn't really get any better than that. I love that little story there. Miss Deviney is having a baby, so she can only do one sentence. You're wonderful, responsible, and kind is what she says, but she's busy because she's having a baby, so she couldn't write much. And Miss Madison says, Faith, you've been one of those students you wish you had a classroom full of. Miss Nungray says, Faith, you're a sweetheart who truly has a heart of gold, someone who challenges herself to always give her best and knows that she can achieve anything she puts her mind to. Congratulations, Faith. We'll miss you next year. The high school is lucky to have you. Jordan Rodriguez, also 8th grade. Over the year, Mr. Percy says that you, Jordan, have showed a tremendous amount of, I think it's respect, but my screen has got cut off there, holding yourself accountable for getting your work done and being very active in the online environment. Miss Madison says, partway through the school year, Jordan found a secret to the class, which is go to tutoring. And that helped Jordan become a more focused student and just take off in the math class. Miss Nelson says, Jordan, you're intelligent and kind, respectful. You've done a very nice job in remote learning. He's explored deeply the idea of, my screen got cut off there, so I can't exactly see what I'm reading, which makes it interesting. So I'm not really making it up, but there's some nice comments there, Jordan. And you were intensely interested in history. And Ms. Nungray concludes, Jordan is very respectful, who is always considerate of teachers and classmates. Throughout online learning, Jordan has taken responsibility, I think that's the word, for his education and stayed in contact with his teachers. And Jordan, shout out to you and your families watching and all the amazing Eagle Peak Students of the Month. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Principal Stearns. And we are headed now to Pomolita Middle School with Principal Brian Barrett. And don't forget to unmute, Mr. Barrett.
People like it a lot better when I'm muted. I just want to say, oh, go ahead and hold the applause. This is Pomolita Middle School. Thank you, thank you. We do have great kids here. Our first 6th grade students is Riley Carroll. Riley was put up by 2 different teachers, so it's exciting. Anytime a kid is put up by 2 teachers, we go ahead and give them Student of the Month. But Riley shows up every class, Ms. Gentry says, with a smile and a kind greeting. I look forward to seeing her each day. She asks me questions. She is respectful to her classmates. And in class, she's demonstrated the drive to persevere through difficult subjects. While in the midst of remote learning, Riley has showed up every day to our Google Classroom and completed her work. Her daily written responses have often kind messages to me about how am I doing during this time. She's thoughtful, hardworking, and a role model to her peers. This is why Ms. Gentry says she nominates Riley as 6th grade Student of the Month. And Ms. Morton goes on to say, Riley's an extremely hardworking student in both her regular schooling and through this remote learning experience. She has diligently turned in all of her work, has attended every Google Meet session. She does high quality work and works extremely hard to understand the material. She always asks clarifying questions and wants to be successful. Through Read 180, she's worked diligently to graduate and improve her reading skills. Riley's the first person to volunteer if a peer needs help or to loan them material. Overall, Riley encompasses all of our Pomolita We Roar values. You know, in asking Riley what her favorite subject is, she loves math and English language arts. She's a 4.0 student. She wants to go to Stanford and go to Stanford. I'm sure that Mr. Stearns would like to hear that. She wants to play soccer. She plays for the traveling MCSA team, and her favorite player and role model is Alex Morgan, and she misses her friends during this time. So again, Riley, congratulations, Student of the Month. Our next student is Jaden Gibson, and Mrs. Ruiz and Mr. Mastros both put Jaden up for Student of the Month. And they said, I would like to nominate Jaden Gibson. Jaden has been working really hard during distance learning. He completes all of his assignments on time and has become a really responsible student. Jaden has demonstrated that he can be a successful student and that he can take responsibility for his own learning. Jaden Gibson has, during this stressful time, really stepped up his game in improving his grades and staying focused on his schoolwork. And Jaden's favorite subject is English, and he's really turned it around in this time. He loves going to ACES. He misses his friends, but he likes remote learning because it doesn't have the same distractions that he has at regular school time. So he really likes it. He really likes playing Call of Duty also. So he has fun at the same time. So Jaden, great job. Our next student is Eoli Salgado Solorio, and I've drafted my daughter to say a few things about Eoli because it's written in Spanish, and I want to make sure her family knows what we're saying, the nice things about her.
Eoli Salgado Solorio no solo ha estado haciendo su trabajo, ella me recuerda a mí cuando aún no le ha asignado su trabajo. Ella ha sido una superestrella antes de que ocurriera la orden de quedarse en casa y continúa haciendo la roca sólida de la cordura y la fiabilidad durante el aprendizaje remoto. Ella es increíble y todos los demás maestros también están de acuerdo.
Right. And just to give you a little background on Eoli, she only came to us 4 months ago, and she is an English language learner. Speaks mainly Spanish, but she had a 3.28 GPA before our remote learning started. She is an excellent student, super smart, And she's a really good friend always and to everyone, and always has a smile on her face. And we're really happy that she's a Pomolita student, and we're really happy she's here and being successful. Our next student of the month is Victoria Cawthon. Victoria Cawthon has displayed many talents and social and academic strength in our honors English arts class, Mrs. Robinson says. She always comes to the aid of others, is thoughtful with her conversations, and seeks not only her own advancement, but also that of others. Victoria is an amazing writer, a listener, and an amazing speaker and leader, and an amazing Pomolita community member. She lights the way with her smile, vision, optimistic views, and hardworking attitude. We are fortunate that Victoria is one of our Pomolita Students of the Month, and that she has had such a meaningful and beneficial influence on our staff and students. That is quite a comment by her teacher. That's an amazing set of words there. Victoria is, she's had a 4.0 for all 3 years while at Pomolita. She loves math, and she also thinks science is cool, which is awesome. She misses people, and learning is different on a computer. She likes learning while school is on. She loves space. She dances 3 times a week, usually when space is going on. Loves hip hop and fusion. And her true love is volleyball. And I got to coach her some in this last year. She plays club volleyball. She's a really wonderful teammate and a great player. And she also spends time doing Science Olympiad. She's really a true Pomolita find, and we're glad that she's with us, and she's been a great Pomolita student. So Victoria, thank you and congratulations. Our next student of the month is Tyler Simerson, and Mrs. Robinson writes, Tyler has really stepped up as a shining example of an intelligent, caring, and supportive member of our honors English arts class. He is conscientious about his behavior towards others and his academic assignments. He is always an active, empathetic, and encouraging partner in small and large groups of his peers. Pomolita has been lucky to have Tyler as one of our Pomolita Students of the Month, and he's continued to share his positive impact on our school community. Mrs. Robinson kept going on and on about Tyler and how wonderful he is in the classroom and what a great example he is. And he has many good friends, and he's a good friend to many students here. His favorite subject is science and Mesa. Interesting about Tyler is he's also a Boy Scout. He likes the campouts. He misses hanging out with his friends, but this year specifically, he went out for wrestling, and he really loved wrestling, loved the coach, and he was really successful in it and had a great time. Looking forward to wrestling at Ukiah High School next year. Great job, Tyler Simerson. And our next and last student of the month is Callie Groff. I would like to nominate Callie Groff, her teacher says. Callie is one of my Read 180 students, and we've had the pleasure of having her for 2 years now. Callie has all the Pomolita We Roar characteristics. Wellness, she makes healthy choices. Empathy, she is caring and supportive of her classmates and always has nice things to say to others. And she is very helpful as well. For example, if a student needs to borrow a Chromebook charger, she always offers hers. Respect, Callie is respectful to her teachers and fellow students. Organization, Callie comes to school prepared for her day, and her school supplies are always neat and clean. She brings her Chromebook every day as well. Attitude, Callie's great attitude, positive attitude about life and school and responsibility. She uses her class time responsibly. She gets right to work, and if she needs help, she will always ask for it. And she has overall great attendance. I've been very impressed with her progress in Read 180. That, coupled with her positive attitude and kindness to others, makes her a great candidate for Student of the Month. And overall, she's just a wonderful student that we love to be around and love at Pomolita. And those are our Pomolita Students of the Month.
Thank you so much, Mr. Barrett. And now we are headed to Ukiah Independent Study Academy with Principal Jonathan Dewey. And don't forget to unmute Principal Dewey.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. These are your Ukiah Independent Study students of the month for the month of April. Our first is Ethan Bailey. Ethan is a 12th grader here at UISA, and his teacher, Ms. Turcott, writes, Ethan is an enjoyable and polite student who takes great care to review all of his assignments and notes prior to our meetings, so he is prepared to discuss each one. Ethan is a well-prepared student who has used UISA to his advantage. He takes care of all his work on time and is ready to transition to life after high school. Congratulations, Ethan. Next, we have Anika. Anika is a 12th grader and who joined UISA this year. Anika's teacher describes her as a model student with a great attitude, A+ work, and always prepared to discuss all of her work, and will graduate early. She gets great grades and provides a high level of work. She works in our community and does a great job at her work. She is positive and just a nice person. Ms. Turcott also described Anika as an all-around all-star. Anika also takes multiple classes each semester at college. Congratulations, Anika. And those are your students of the month for UISA.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dewey. And we are headed to Principal Sweet from Big Picture Ukiah. Will be up next to speak about their students of the month.
Great. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to, good evening, and I'd like to recognize Sheila Concesio as our student of the month this month. And like Aoli at Pomolita, Sheila only came to us a few months ago, but has made amazing and groundbreaking progress while at our school. Her advisor or teacher, Ms. Prosser, says, while at our school, as a part of our program, Ms. Sheila volunteered at one rest home while also working at another. She later went on to become an intern at the rest home where she had been volunteering. At the internship, Sheila was working with her mentor in the kitchen doing menu planning for specific patients. At the time of our early departure from school, her project involved 4 different patients with 4 different conditions. For example, she was working on a menu planning for a diabetic patient. And just before the lockdown, Sheila was going to begin the CNA program at the end of March. She states she really only wants to be a CNA, but she has also hinted at possibly becoming an RN. She participates in all activities at school, is a rock star in the classroom, and is a dear friend to her peers. And she also calls Ms. Prosser regularly to check on her. So thank you, Sheila, for being a part of our school. I hope we get to see you soon. And that's our student of the month for this month.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sweet. And last but not least, we have Principal Gordon Oslin from Ukiah High School.
Thank you, Deb. Literally from Ukiah High School. I trust I'm on screen there, but I'm here at Ukiah High School, the Wildcat behind me, Wildcat Nation, and I have to tell everybody out there that this place is empty and we miss everybody here at Ukiah High School. And so as we wrap it up, the breeze is coming down, and that's a sign that graduation is near. And so Ukiah High School, let's begin thanking the rest of the district for all that you send us here at Ukiah High School and the great students, and celebrating these students of the month. And hang on.
I can definitely hear the wind there.
Yeah, there we go. So now I've queued it up just right. I'm going to get out of the wind so y'all can hear me. And so our first student of the month is 9th grader Haley Heath. Haley was nominated by Mr. Taylor, her Spanish teacher.
Mr. Oslin, do you want to share your screen?
I thought I did. Hang on. I was fighting the wind out there, folks, and there we go. Hang on. Is that shared now, Deb?
It is not. There we go.
How's that for a messy desktop? Now, that was supposed to be seamless, but it wasn't.
Great. It's okay.
All right. So Haley Heath. Haley Heath is our first student of the month here, and she's nominated by Mr. Taylor, her Spanish teacher.
He writes that Haley has been blessed with natural intelligence. She is a deep thinker, analyzes information carefully, produces exquisite Spanish work, and has the impressive courage to apply her knowledge in many different settings. She is lively and fun. She has an indomitable inner strength. I very much respect her attitude toward learning, her ambition to be successful, her consistency and productivity, and her engaging and fun personality. I feel very fortunate to be able to teach such a remarkable student and human being. Indeed, she is a gifted student. She's beyond straight A student. She is a straight A+ student at Ukiah High School, taking the most difficult classes that a ninth grader can take. She's an athlete, a wrestler, a swimmer, a dancer. She's a student leader, serving as the ASB president of her 8th grade class, and then arriving at Ukiah High School as an audacious freshman that somehow persuaded the ASB class to adopt her prom theme for this year that she created and lobbied for. That was a first and likely a last at Ukiah High School. And as Mr. Taylor stated, a scholar. From math to science Olympiad award winner to a debater on our championship mock trial team. She is a Renaissance person. Unbelievably, this is year 1 as a high school student on a journey that will take her on to a 4-year college with the Ivy League in her sights. Somehow, amidst all of this achievement, she is also committed to working with her grandmother in the family pizza business and also learning and traveling with her grandparents, who are anthropologists working part-time in South America. Haley, thank you for your great contribution to Ukiah High School. Braden Gomes is our next student of the month, and he also is a 9th grader nominated by French teacher Ms. Rodriguez. She writes that Braden is quiet, courteous, and respectful. He has been a very positive presence in my class. His assignments are exquisite quality, and he does not have a single missing assignment since the beginning of this semester. He fires away at every opportunity he gets, including all extra credit assignments that he does not need to do to get a better grade, but he does because he is passionate about learning French. Thank you for being that kind of an outstanding student. I feel very fortunate to have you as a student. Indeed, he carries a 3.83 GPA in the toughest classes, and so he is a great student, taking geometry, biology, and French. Those that know him best, like his mother, agree with Ms. Rodriguez that he is a caring and a compassionate person. His ongoing passion has been cooking, and his stuck-at-home passion since we left school has been to rediscover fishing on a pond near his house. As for cooking, he loves cooking with his grandmother, and he prefers the savory over the sweet. Italian at the moment, making both fresh pasta and gourmet pizza, and barbecue is always a go-to. His dream job is to own his own restaurant, perhaps featuring Asian fusion. Before that dream is achieved, he looks forward to attending a 4-year college. He appreciates his close family, his parents, brother, sister, and his grandparents. Braden, thanks for all that you bring to Ukiah High School. We have a third freshman this month, and that is Lestat Cisneros, nominated by his math support teacher, Mr. Cornelius, who says that Lestat started this year just hoping to get a C in Algebra 1. He responded and accepted the help that was offered, and now he has a solid A. He's appreciative, respectful, and thoughtful to his teachers and his peers, writes Mr. Cornelius. And he concludes by saying he expanded his horizons and he is working hard towards straight A's in every class. He consistently volunteers to help others along the way. His mother will indeed attest that he is helpful, respectful, and friendly, and he cares the most about his family and his friends. And as a middle school teacher once referred to him as simply the sweetest student that I've ever worked with. He agrees that he is most passionate about his family and friends. To this, he is quick to add football and wrestling. In these sports, he has learned about respect for coaches, teammates, himself, staying in shape, respecting the competition, and the hard work. As a wrestler, he set a school record for the fastest takedown and then challenged a varsity team member for the weight class spot. That as a freshman. During this tough time of being away from school and his teammates, he runs 2 miles every day and lifts weights. He's an outstanding 3.8 GPA student. He is enrolled in college prep classes to be an A through G completer and is looking forward to going to a four-year college. Beyond college, he expresses an interest in the health occupations that he's gained through our Scrubs class here at Ukiah High School. Lestat, thank you for all that you're contributing and all that you do at Ukiah High School. Our next student is sophomore Peyton O'Farrell, also nominated by Spanish teacher Bobby Taylor. Peyton is driven to succeed and perform her best at all times, Mr. Taylor writes. He continues that she holds a high standard of excellence for herself and is always prepared for class, tests, and assignments, and has consistently maintained some of the highest grades in both my Spanish 2 classes. Always present and engaged, she's a great participant in class and has continued to excel on a consistent basis through all of this chaos and uncertainty of distance learning. She's hardworking and motivated, deeply cares about education, and has a wonderfully cheery and pleasant personality on top of it all. She is a very worthy candidate for Student of the Month. Indeed, she is a 4.0 student. She's actually an A+ student in all of the classes she's taken in the past 2 years. And those were the most difficult classes, including honors and advanced placement classes this year. She's quiet by nature, at least when you first meet her. Her friends would laugh at that notion, for she is also one of the very first choices that we go to when we need to have new students take campus tours and become familiar with the campus culture. She is a dedicated soccer player. She is also a golfer. She's a member of the Ukiah High School FFA Ag classes and programs, and she is also our newly elected junior class president. One of the most difficult jobs in the ASB, as you get to sponsor our prom next year. Engaging, friendly, she quickly brightens many, many rooms here at Ukiah High School. Peyton, thank you for all that you are doing at Ukiah High School, and congratulations. Our second sophomore is Johnny Oliver. Johnny was nominated by teachers Ms. Smilgus and Ms. Bowers. Johnny is doing a wonderful job in transitioning to remote learning, they write. Johnny has autism, and when Johnny first arrived at Ukiah High School, he really struggled with his new schedule, his classes, and making friends. Arguably one of the hardest aspects for life of a student with autism is making social connections. Johnny had a lot of ups and downs that year, and however, as time went on, Johnny grew accustomed to his new school, and most importantly, he made new friends and many friends. He is currently in Miss Halpin's college prep level biology class. Fully engaged before we went out on remote learning, he hasn't slowed down working from home, actively participating in Google Classroom assignments and meetings. In both Ms. Smilgy's and Ms. Bowers' online classrooms, Johnny is consistently the first to respond to assignments, Google Meet requests, and other online tasks. We are grateful to be Johnny's teacher, as he is a pleasure to work with every single day at Ukiah High School. Johnny, thank you for your hard work here at Ukiah High School. I'd now like to introduce Eric Crawford, and Eric will be honoring two of our recipients for their families in Spanish.
Pues Stephanie Hernandez es nominada por Miss Rodriguez, la maestra de French 3. Si hay una alumna que merece este reconocimiento, es Stephanie Hernandez. Ella es disciplinada, dedicada y brillante, y silenciosamente lo hace todo con gran calidad y precisión. Su progreso este año es sobresaliente y no podemos esperar para tenerla otro año más en la clase de francés. En estos tiempos se ha reforzado su dedicación aún más. Ella permanece enfocado y meticulosa en su trabajo. Ella también es muy respetuosa y compasiva. Madame Rodríguez comparte que es una maestra afortunada. La mamá de Stephanie comparte que es una hija muy estudiosa y muy responsable con sus tareas. Las metas para Stephanie en su futuro incluyen estudiar para lograr una carrera en medicina donde podrá ayudar a las personas más necesitadas. Quiere ser feliz en la vida y le gustaría asistir a la Universidad del Sur de California, conocida como UISA. Algo que a Estefanía le gustará hacer en su tiempo libre es pintar. Y Jessica Lugo también es nominada por Miss Rodríguez. Jessica Lugo es una alumna ejemplar, aunque tiene muchas responsabilidades fuera de la escuela y podría usar todas las excusas. Ella lucha y se mantiene firme sobre su trabajo completo y presenta todas sus tareas con una dedicación aspirante. Jessica tiene lo que se necesita para tener éxito en cualquier lugar y elige porque está equipada con la fuerza de voluntad, las ganas que se ocupen y la madurez para conquistar. Más aparte, Jessica es increíblemente dulce y respetuosa. La echaremos mucho de menos cuando se gradúe y esperamos verla volar. La mamá de Jessica comparte que ella ayuda con absolutamente todo. Esto incluye ayudando en la casa con sus 2 hermanos pequeños con los estudios de ellos, con sus propios estudios y, por si no fuera poco, trabajando muchas horas este año en la tienda de JCPenney's. Jessica tiene el plan de asistir al Colegio de Mendocino. Le gustaría estudiar la educación del desarrollo de niños con la meta de ser maestra de primaria. Aunque este año era difícil, Jessica quiere acabar el año escolar más fuerte que nunca. No dudamos por ningún segundo que lo logrará.
Thank you, Eric. Our final recipient of Student of the Month for this month and for this year is senior Andrew Canfield. Andrew is also a member of Miss Smilge's and Ms. Bauer's class, and they write this about Andrew. Andrew is doing an amazing job transitioning to remote learning. Andrew has autism and routine is incredibly important to him. Prior to leaving school for remote learning, schedule changes usually created frustration. However, Andrew has more than adjusted to this tremendous change. He has excelled. We have witnessed Andrew grow as a student during this challenging time. He logs into all of his online classes every day, completes most assignments independently, and we are really proud of Andrew's accomplishments, especially during this very, very confusing time for all of us. His mother writes that he is charismatic and energetic. He loves to quote movies, and he will quote movies all day. He'll sing all day, and yes, he also will dance all day. But he's always appropriate. He's never mean-spirited. He is positive, and he is fun. He's a hard worker. He's all in on all things. And for that, Andrew, and for all the Students Month, I thank you very, very much for what you bring to Ukiah High School, and you were all missed. And in a final celebration this year and acknowledgement, congratulations to the Ukiah High School class of 2020. It's been a difficult, difficult spring for this group. My heart goes out to them. You are missed and you are loved. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks as we begin to say farewell to the class of 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Principal Osland, and thank you to all of you out there watching and celebrating your amazing students with us. We want to thank you so much for all that you're doing at home, and we look forward to better times back in school. And I echo the sentiments of our high school principal when I speak for all of the over 400 graduates from Ukiah Unified. we're so proud of you, and we look forward to honoring you and celebrating you. So thank you so much. Have a great evening, and we will talk soon.